Hey there, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the Paddle Talk podcast presented by World Sand Drag News as well as our fine sponsors. Great to have you along. We are on episode 88. Can't believe we're here, but here we are somehow. So great to have you along. Like I said, thanks for tuning in. And I tell you what, definitely couldn't do it alone. Billy's got an ad read as well as I do, but great sponsors. We've got great stuff coming up today. We have recaps from Silverback, from Franklin County, from the Speeders race down at Newtown. We preview Speeders race up at Lisbon, Ohio, as well as the final Point Series race for Silverback Offroad Speedway and the Show Me Fall Nationals out at Thunder Valley. And we even talk some U.S. Nationals, the big go action from this past weekend as well. So settle in. It's going to be a great ride, and let's get to it. Billy, what do you got?
All right. Well, this episode of Paddle Talk, as all episodes of Paddle Talk, are brought to you by our guys at racinganddirt.com. Parts, equipment, and apparel for all your off-road competition needs. Racing and Dirt has just one mission, and that's to help all their customers compete at their very best. With over 40 years of motorsport competition experience, they know what it takes to maintain that competitive edge, and they are equipped to keep you there. On-site welding, fabrication, incredible selection of parts, experience, and helpful staff. Speaking of those incredible selection of parts, they have wheel adapters, hub kits, brake pad kits, brake and hub components, suspension parts, air filters, knuckles, axles and parts, chain drives and drive lines, limiter straps, parachute setups, side-by-side and UTV parts, and Racing in the Dirt apparel as well. They do tires and wheels. They do the tires in-house, cut, mold, all that stuff to give you the best grip possible on the sand or dirt, no matter what you're racing on. And then the Racing in the Dirt chassis, whether you're looking for a full build, turnkey, ready to race, or simply a cage in your existing ride, or maybe a chassis that is the foundation of your newest race vehicle, Racing in the Dirt offers it all. You can contact them today for that consultation at 920-693-2000. That's 920-693-2000. Racing in the Dirt, you can also check them out on their social media sites. Racing in the Dirt Facebook, Racing in the Dirt Instagram. They got all kinds of content that they do from their builds, from their shop, on their social media sites. You can also check out their website, racinginthe.dirt.com. That is racinginthe.dirt.com. Shout out to Racing in the Dirt for being a big supporter of World Sand Drag News. And 3-1 Go Life. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow Doug Vinlett and his family as they go on the road, trucking, racing, and all kinds of adventures. That is 3-1 Go Life. Subscribe to their YouTube. Check out their adventures, Doug Vinlett and family, the Mean One Racing, and check out behind the scenes of what it's like to be a part of a family and run that type of operation with the race car. It's kind of cool, and I enjoyed their videos so far. I tune in when I can. I got subscribed on my phone. I got notifications set up whenever they post a new video. I see it right there. I'm excited to see what they got coming up. There's 3-1 Go Life on YouTube. 3-1 Go Life. And Isaac has another one.
I do. Our friends over at Silverback Off-Road Rentals. Not too late in the year. Still great time to take a day trip or a sunset cruise. You'll want to check them out. Our friends over at Silverback Off-Road Rentals. They are the only choice for dune vehicles you can drive. If you don't want to take your truck or car up on the dunes, no problem. Silverback Off-Road Rentals has you covered. So you could get behind the steering wheel of a premium off-road vehicle, whether it's a side-by-side or an ATV, doesn't matter. Silverback Off-Road Rentals has you covered. They're open April through October, so through the end of the dune season. Silverback Off-Road Rentals is going to make your trip amazing and one you'll come back with memories to last the lifetime. So check them out either right in the Silver Lake area, right by the dunes. Give them a call or check them out on Facebook at Silverback Off-Road Rentals. That's Silverback Off-Road Rentals. And also, big sponsor of World Sand Drag News, Silverback Off-Road Speedway. You hear us talk about them a ton. Great racing yet. 2 races left in the 2025 season, so you'll want to get on. Check them out. Very heavy Facebook presence as well. Silverback Off-Road Speedway, where all kinds of great things happen. A couple races left, like I said, yet in the 2025 season, so still time to get up there and check out the racing there. Silverback Off-Road Speedway on Deer Road right outside of Silver Lake.
All right, let's get into the episode.
Let's do it. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Paddle Talk Podcast. Great to have everybody along. Episode 88. Got to be honest, didn't think we'd make 8, much less 88, but here we are, and here you are as well. So we are jumping right into the results section from this past weekend, that being Labor Day weekend. We had U.S. Nationals going on in Indianapolis. We had all kinds of great racing coming on. Yellow Bullet Nationals were going on at Cecil County. But we had sand drag racing happening here in the Midwest and in the East Coast. Joining me tonight, Mr. Damian Bowers, John Sorg, and Dave Applegate. Gents, great to have you along, and let's jump right in with no time to spare. We are going straight to, well, you would consider it my home track, John Sorg's home track of Silverback Off-Road Speedway. A full weekend of racing up there this weekend. Johnny, when did you get there?
What's that?
When did you get there?
I got there Thursday night.
Thursday night. All right.
Yep.
Okay. So you were there for the mini bike shootout and the daily driver class on Friday night.
I was. And I seen who won the daily driver. That was pretty cool. I'll tell you what, before we get to that part of it, the daily driver turnout was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a great turnout of people that showed up to do that. I was very impressed.
And going off the information that I received, shout out to Jeff and Denise Miller, as well as Dakota from Truck and Van Specialists for putting up some extra money. I believe it was $200 to win, $100 for second, $50 each for third and fourth. Those were gift certificates on top of what the guys were getting cash payout. So very impressive. So Friday night we had an open bracket. We had 350 class. We had the daily driver class, and did they run the mini bike class Friday night too?
No, they actually moved it over to Saturday, it looks like.
Okay.
It was Saturday night now that I think about it.
Okay. Did they run 375 index on Friday, or was that Saturday as well? Okay. All right. So let's jump right into the Friday open bracket. Now, we get some first timers, and I tell you what, that's pretty impressive in the open bracket class. That's not usually a place you see first time people, but second place was Danielle Lemke, wife of Dylan Lemke, sometimes tower assistant, and she was driving her brother Travis Dangermon's short red car. Johnny, did she take you out at some point?
No, I took myself out. I ended up running KW, and I needed test passes, and I just stayed in the throttle. I didn't really care.
All right.
I had him, but just for the record, I spanked his ass really bad. Okay, I just so y'all know.
Wait, you spanked him, but you lost to him?
Well, I mean, he was way behind. I broke out.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So you just didn't lift, is what happened.
That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Okay. All right. We'll buy that.
Yeah.
So first place in Friday night's open bracket class was Bob Miller, a first-time racer with that orange CJ7. Bob being at the Ottawa County Fair and doing pretty decent, and ends up winning the Friday open bracket class. I believe he is cousins with Jeff Miller, kind of the organizer of the street class.
Very cool.
So shout out to Bob. And shout out Danielle, too. I mean, she's a second-generation racer. Her dad, Dean Dangermon, will be coming up in the 350 class. So we'll jump right to 350 index. Second place again is Mr. Jeff Gerio. Jeff making a really good jump from his three-wheel trike up to the big car now, driving for his dad, Roger. And
yeah, he is.
Winner is Mr. Dean Dangermon. And Dean kind of making a name for himself in that 350 class. He's really knocking on the door of taking the Mr. 350 title away from Terry Wise.
I know. That was crazy. Dean's doing really good. When he's there, he had to miss the last race, blowing a head gasket, but got her back together and showed up full force.
Yeah, that was impressive because I thought that thing might have been done for the year as of the Legends race when it dropped that head gasket.
Yeah, we did too.
So, all right. So to the street class, third place was Jeff Marketich. Second place was Patrick Gardner. And first place is the name we kind of know a little bit, Mr. Kip Martin. So shout out to
Kip Martin.
And
coming out of nowhere.
Right. Well, and Kip, somewhat related, I guess, to the class as well, as Jeff Miller, kind of the organizer of the class, drives Kip's old Jeep.
This
So
is true.
you've got 2 new classes and 2 ties into Jeff. That's pretty impressive. So, all right. So that wraps up Friday open bracket, the 350 index, and the street truck class for Friday night. How many racers do you think in there, Johnny, for Friday? The weather was awesome. So
The weather was great. Yeah, the turnout was for that street truck deal. Are you asking for the or total count?
just total or classes in general, whatever you feel.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was average, but I couldn't throw you a number off the top of my head, to be
Sure.
honest.
But you said that street truck class you thought was pretty big.
Yeah, that had a really nice turnout. I mean, I would say there was somewhere around the 20 range.
Oh, yeah. Now,
I mean,
they
I
run
think it
as
was
a
a pretty
heads-up
solid-
class or like a bracket deal?
They indexed it like the hayfield. They kind of took everybody through
Oh.
a 650 index at it and let them
Yep.
have at it. And everybody
I
had a
like
good
it.
time.
You know what? I like that, though, of doing, we've talked about that before, doing almost like a little gangster style class of picking an index, and you don't know how close you ran to the index. You just know if you won or not, or if you
Right.
broke out. And I feel like that could be pretty cool yet. So you'd have to figure out what the index has got to be, to get a bunch of cars. But I feel like it's there, and there's definitely a place for it.
Oh, it was neat. People were pedaling and doing everything. I mean, they looked like professionals out there. It didn't look like a bunch of rookies to me.
All right, so let's jump right into Saturday results. Saturday again, weather was great. There was no rain over the weekend.
You forgot 375 index.
Was that Friday night too?
Yes.
Okay, so 375 index was also Friday night, and second place was Jim Bailey. I'm assuming in the new
No, he brought
Blazer?
the old ride out.
Oh, he brought the old ride out.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments to the other one. It's not planting right, so he's taking it to another chassis guy to have it worked on.
Okay. And then first place was John DeBoer. Now, was John driving the Jeep or the Altered?
He was driving the Altered.
Awesome. Very good.
Yeah, very good showing for
old
him.
car. So very cool to see that thing back out. All right.
And that should be it for Friday.
Yes. So that's it for Friday. All right. So let's go to Saturday. Saturday, we'll start off with the Pee-wees. Johnny, if you want to take the...
I can do this.
Yeah. What do you got?
We have second place, Shane Hudson. And then we had first place, Cam Roth.
The Wild Man Cam Roth.
The Wild Man Cam Roth, who also took out his sister, Audrina, in the first round.
I know, man. That is cold. Just go
That was
right
cold.
after her.
He tattooed her and then went on to win the finals. That was very cool.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Shout out to Cam.
Definitely. He's got a great pathway for his future. So we'll skip on to juniors. We go to Levi and Sing against another brother-sister matchup, Lauren and Sing. And Lauren taking the win. That was cool.
Looks like Lauren took the measure of him there. So
she did, probably the little brother thing, picking on him. Not that I had a big sister.
No, not at all. All right, keep going.
Pro Truck, Jeff Miller. After doing all that stuff
Jeff.
Friday for everybody, he comes out and kicks some butt on Saturday, and he took it to second place to Dave Kramer. Dave Kramer taking the win in Pro Truck. So very cool to see him OGing out.
Absolutely. That's very cool to see Dave win Pro Truck there. And I tell you what, very cool to see Dave still running at this point as well. So congratulations, Dave and Bonnie and the whole team there. So
they did a great job. Well, we move on to Pro Index. We had second place, Mike Page, and first place was John McCall coming out of the weeds there. 2 buggies going at it.
Tell you what, man, John's car seems to go rounds every time he has it out. I'm actually surprised he does not have it out more. But hey, whatever.
He's kind of in a construction phase of some stuff, so he's been kind of side pulled a little bit this year. So
understandable.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on to comp class, so we have Elsa Gronick, first place. That's part of the Pornia crew.
Yes.
And then, so dearly noted there. And second place was Brian Jones out of the Double D Racing Group. In
That's
open
right.
mod, we go to second place, Grace Pornia. Another
So
Pornia in
Cousins,
there. And first place was Chris Deal.
great to see Chris get a win in that big Ford of his.
Yeah, he's had a great year. He's had a good year. When he's there, he's definitely the one to get a look out for.
I would agree. I would agree. Okay.
So now we get into the big stuff, and some mini bike heads up. And second place, speaking of big stuff, Hayden Willis taking second place to that little skinny dude, Brody Penoyer.
I was gonna say that smells like somebody hired a jockey if Brody's riding somebody else's mini bike. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, a jockey hiring a jockey? Nah.
Not did anybody go for a ride like I did on Billy's.
No, I didn't see anything quite that spectacular or out of control. Most of them had car control. Oh, Brody almost lost in the return lane. He went to wave and it didn't go so
At least
hot.
I could get around the pits on it.
Oh.
Yeah, he had issues in the pits, but he did make it down the track.
Hey, I
With
made
no
two
issues,
clean passes
so.
before that thing decided it wanted to wheelie.
So the last but not least, they had the mini bike bracket, and Hayden Willis getting some revenge on everybody. It looks like taking first place. Second place was Brian McWethy. So
You, Brian.
sounds like they all had a good time.
It sounds like it. So we're not quite done yet.
Uh-oh, we
So-
missed.
You missed ATV, Pro ATV, and Pro Comp.
I don't know where oh, yeah, you skipped me on the other side. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
All right. So Pro ATV, K-Dub in second place, lost out to Mrs. Pro ATV, Stephanie Roth, taking the win in Pro ATV. And I just got to say, like I said on Facebook, Sean Roth must have been super busy on Saturday and was like everywhere if that all was going on.
He don't join Weight Watchers. He just runs around the pits. You don't have to worry about it.
That's right. All right. Regular ATV, Johnny Blaze taking second place, and Chad Coker taking first, which Chad needs that money since he blew up the rear end in the big car earlier on Saturday. Again, yes. You know, they make these things that look like a 9-inch. They're modular casing. They probably fit really well in that buggy. Just saying.
I'm pretty sure he's probably investigated that and or probably ordered something by now. Who knows?
I would think so. And then in Pro Comp, Dean Dankerman follows up his 350 win on Friday night with a second place in Pro Comp. And first place, our own John Sorg. So stretching his pro points lead out a little bit, maybe?
That was my goal. I had to do something because I can't make it to the final points race. So my only hope was that other people went out before me and I could pull one off. And it all worked out this weekend, actually.
So let's talk about that, Johnny. You obviously are not going to the last points race, which is this coming weekend,
That is
September
correct.
5 and 6. You have the lead in. Do you have the lead in pro and sportsman points at the moment?
I do.
Is both of those safe, or neither of them safe, or how are you feeling?
I don't think either one of them are definitely safe. I think the pro is fairly safe, but there's no guarantees.
So pro, it looks like you lead Dean by 25 in 350 and by 27 over Hartman Sr. in pro truck. So a lot of that probably depends on, I mean, how many
Amount of
points do you
rounds
get
in
for
a
just
win.
entering?
They need to get bonus points and whatever in order to get around in pro.
Okay. So even
Sportsman, I'm only like a round ahead, so that's not such a big deal.
right. So with pro points, how much do you get for just entering your class? Like 12?
Next weekend, it is 15 points to enter, 3
Ooh.
points per round, because
Oh,
it's points and a half.
uh-huh.
So typically it's 10, 2, and then you get 5 bonus points in the final, and then you get 10 bonus points if you're the first place, 5 bonus points for second. That's what I
Gotcha.
meant for that.
So Dean needs a pretty big field and a win to even catch you.
Yeah, and I think he and Hartman are the only two that really have a shot if they win.
Yeah, because Terry's like 30 points out, and I just don't see there being that big of a 350 class this late in the year.
Right.
you know.
So I'm nervous. I know I won't hold the sportsman off, but I'm hoping to hold the pro off.
All right, and in sportsman, your lead is like 3 over Chad Coker and ATV.
Yeah, and it'd be cool if Chad or somebody else got to stand up with that this year, get the sportsman belt.
You know, I gotta say,
So
even Brian McQuetty's within striking distance. I mean,
yes, he is. I mean, it's really in anybody's hands for that last race.
quite, you know. K-Dub is an open mod, a decent sized open mod class. If you won that class, you could end up there with you also. So,
No, K-Dub will never do that.
oh. All right. Well, that being said, then, congratulations, Johnny. Congratulations to all our winners. A lot of second generation and multi generation wins there. Really impressed and great to see everybody out. And yeah, Silverback's season coming to an end this coming weekend, September 5 and 6. So, all right. So we had more great racing going on. Jumping over to Newtown, Virginia, of all places. And Dave Applegate, you were on site with Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series. Let me ask first, how was the turnout?
Not as well as we expected, just to be straight up front. Nowhere near no, wasn't good. Just throwing it out there, wasn't good. So,
Okay.
but we made it through it. So, track though, holy cow, man.
I believe we said this.
Holy cow. There's no way to explain it. You just got to go there. You know what I mean? You just got to go. And I'd said it on multiple different videos that I had put out there that, hey, I had heard rumors, even Willard, sorry, had even said that, hey, the track's smooth. It's very consistent, and it is, but it's not known to be this, crazy fast. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Hey, no problem. We're coming. Holy cow, man. We had, which we'll get into in a little bit, but we've got broken records with World Sand Drag News. We've got personal best on multiple people. We've got 2 guys that got in the 3-second range for the first time ever. That track is fast.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, my car it went quicker than it did at Silverback, and they're both sand. And it went quicker there than it did at Silverback multiple times. So it's quick, but the track's got to be wet. If the track isn't wet, it's not as quick. If they keep the water on, it's fantastic. It's a lot of work for them guys to keep it fast. You know what I mean? It is. But beautiful place.
There's something about that red clay they mixed in with that sand where it stays, and it works.
I will stand by my statement of, if you could somehow carve out 25 acres with that track in the middle of it and drop it in southern Ohio or southern Indiana or up close to Michigan or something like that, that would be beyond a world-class facility without a doubt.
Oh, hands down. You go up in the tower, he invited me up in the tower, and you could eat off everything. It's amazingly clean. Very, very, very picky on his place there. To be honest, when I got there Thursday night, I think it was Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night when I got there, his wife come over, and we started talking, and she had one of those little picker-upper things what you put in your hand, and she was literally walking around picking up cigarette butts. That's how clean this place is. It is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and people respect him there for that. People use the trash cans. They pick up after themselves there. So it's
totally.
Yeah, very cool place, man. Very cool place. Without a doubt.
Quite.
But Willard was sick.
Let's jump into some results there, Dave.
Yeah, Willard was sick, and now I got it. So, and it's been, we'll get into this later, but my ride home afterwards was not good. All right, so I'm just going to go down the list here because, again, I am under the weather big time. So we're going to jump right in here to our Super Pro. which was we actually didn't have enough to fill pro and super pro. So they ended up putting them together. So we had one bracket on Friday. There just wasn't enough there. Now we still had, I think, 21 in this class, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
But we didn't have enough to fill the slower or to fill the faster class. There wasn't enough there. Most of the stuff there is 5.0s or so, to be honest, locals. So anyways, we ended up just calling it pro. And our winner is Brian Longest, and he was in I think it was a 1500 Ram, like a bone stock Ram. And runner up was David Chance on his Banshee there. So
Nice.
that was our pro. Then we got into ATV trail. We had a few of them. Tyler King in a absolutely bone stock 4x4 ATV that looks like you could just take it straight to the woods and go hunting. He wins, excuse me, over Brian Thomas. And Tyler King also received $50 from 252 Offroad for the quickest ET and ATV trail. Or I'm sorry, the
Nice.
winner of ATV trail. So thank you, 252. Then we had ATV bracket. This is a race that Newtown was going to do some time ago. Mother Nature came in and wouldn't allow them to have it.
Oh yeah.
So this is that race that we were all talking about before that, and we moved it into this one. So our winner was Trevor Snyder, and our runner-up was Brian Thomas.
Nice.
In that class. We have our juniors. I think we had 8 or 10 in our junior class. They do that 15 and under. Harley Holmes, our own world record holder for American V Twins, daughter or sister, I should say, wins the junior ATV, and Cameron Page gets the runner up in that class. We'll go down the line here to full size bracket. This was on Saturday. Well, I don't remember how many we had in this one, but Brian Longest again gets the win.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
he's
did.
dialed in, man.
He did that truck. I mean, it's stock. You put it in gear, take off, and I mean, he was kicking everybody's ass, to be honest with you. Cool thing about that, he wins 2 different classes, and his birthday was Saturday. So happy birthday, Brian. And good job there. And then the runner-up on that was Chase McKinney. Chase is the one, if you were watching the live stream, that had the great big monster red Chevy truck. Beautiful
Impressive.
truck. 427 LS down in it. Really cool truck. Cool young man. But he gets your runner-up. Bear with me, guys. I'm under the weather here. Then we go to 4.0 index. 4.0, now this was an open index, Bob White with a Yamaha 1000, I believe it is. He gets our win. He's out of West Virginia. And runner-up was David Carter in my car, as a matter of fact. So David Carter was driving mine. He gets runner-up in 4.0 index. Bob White gets the win there. I don't remember what happened. I think Bob had like a 407, and David, I'm wanting to think it either pulled the wheels on him or something, had to get out of it because it was way slower. Something happened. He had to get out of it. But congratulations to Bob White. And then we go to side-by-side top sportsman, and David Carter, running my car, gets the win over Austin Hall. Now, the top sportsman is the 4.0 index for our side-by-side top sportsman class. And I believe David ran a 4.01 on a 4.00, index to get the win over Austin Hall.
Nice.
He received an extra $100 from Mott Motorsports for the closest to 4.0. So
Nice.
Congratulations to him. And then we move on to our side-by-side pro mod. This one surprised me. I was not expecting this. We had a few in this one. We'll start with the runner-up. Runner-up was Greg Laughlin from Mr. RPM Cycle, who's one of our, our presenting sponsors. Greg also got, even though he didn't win, he got $100 from Angel Performance for the quickest ET and Pro Mod, which at this day was a 3.80, and he broke a belt about
Wow.
50, 60 feet from the finish line. So that he was on a run. My guess he would have been low 70s or so, just guessing, but broke a belt. And he broke that belt against David Carter driving my Can-Am X3. So David Carter gets the win in side-by-side Pro Mod, believe this or not, with like 4001 or 401 and Pro Mod. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't even sound right. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
But it goes to show you things can happen, right? Things can happen.
Yeah.
You jump into class that these guys are way faster. Doesn't mean something can't happen. So David
Wow.
gets the win there. Then we move on to side-by-side Outlaw. Our runner-up is Casey Smith. He did not finish, unfortunately. Casey pulled up and the wiring harness burnt. We had to shut him down. So, and then we have Greg Laughlin gets the win in side-by-side Outlaw. We only had two. That side-by-side Outlaw was very, very few and far between, as we know right now.
Sure.
Here's the thing. Greg Laughlin, Mr. RPM Cycle, wins side-by-side Outlaw, runners up in Pro Mod. I go to pay the man, and he says, no, don't want it. Put it back in a pot.
Whoa.
So all those watching, there's going to be some money coming back for the next 3 races or 4 races. You know what I mean? It's going back in. So thank you,
Awesome.
Mr. RPM Cycle, for that. Then we get into the good stuff. And Damon or Isaac, either one of you two, once I mention who won and who lost here, do you one of you two want to talk about the new records, or do you want me to do it? Either way.
I mean,
Isaac?
these classes were more your brainchild, so I'll let you have the fun
Yeah,
there.
I would agree, Dave.
Okay, that'll work. Here we go. We're going to start out with 4x4 ATV Pro Mod. Your winner is Blaze Middleton. And your runner-up is Casey Smith. Now, we go to 4x4 Outlaw. They switched it. These were the baddest boys on the parking lot, you know what I mean, in the lot. Casey Smith wins 4x4 Outlaw. Blaze Middleton takes runner-up.
Oh,
Really no one there that could touch him. Along with this, though, Newtown Dragway now has, if you want to look at it this way, if I'm wrong, let me know, Isaac or Damien, but there was really 4 records broke there because we got 2 ETs and 2 mile-an-hours, right?
sure.
So in 4x4, what we call Outlaw in my series is actually World Sand Drag News 4x4 ATV A class. That record dropped from like a 428, I believe it was, 25, down to a 4024 at 80.25 miles an hour in a
Wow.
4x4 ATV.
That's
That was-
trucking.
Yep. So Casey Smith broke that record. Congratulations to him. And then turns around and does it again in our World Sand Drag News B class, which is naturally aspirated, that Southern Power Sports calls it Pro Mod. This one wasn't by much. The old record, I think, was a 451. He got it at a 449 with an 8 at 68.6 miles an hour. So this weekend, we've got 4 new world records. Got to get the pictures to Caleb so we can get them on, get them
Yeah,
on our
absolutely.
on everything. We're working on
Congratulations,
that.
man.
So we got that. We also had when I went to pay Casey Smith at Top Shelf Performance, I went to get right to checkout time, and he says, "Hey man," he says, you got 3 guys right now that are on the top tier where the races are being presented by," and I said, "Yes." He says, "How much do I need to add to get to that level?" And I told him, and he says, "Take my winnings, put it towards it. Here's the rest of it. I want to be a top." So we now have just gained another top sponsor, which is $2,000 more on the year. So thank you
Awesome.
to Casey Smith. I
No
think that
doubt.
puts us up to like 94,000 some odd dollars this year.
That is
So
unbelievable.
in total.
That's sweet.
Then we've got David Carter, first time ever getting in the 3-second range this weekend. He did it right there at Newtown. David, he was the announcer. Fontaine, David Fontaine, the announcer, drives my car, runs a 392. First time ever in the 3s, quick as he's ever been. So now he has a blacktop car that, Monte Carlo, I think it's a big block. I mean, he's used to that, but he's never been even close to that on the sand and or dirt. So He was tickled to death about that. Overall, great time, great bunch of guys, beautiful park. If you haven't been there, please go there. And we
Yes.
will get into this weekend here just a little bit later on the show. But yeah, it went well. It did end up going well. Everything's good. Friday was a little bit slow in the beginning. Saturday came around and we were done by, I think, 20 till 8.
Nice.
We get done before dark.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
So, yep. And again, that was all brought to you by HPT Turbochargers, HPL Superior Lubricants, Mr. RPM Cycle, and now Top Shelf Performance. And we're ready to move on to the next one. Thank you, Isaac.
Well done, Dave. Well done. And we'll talk about your next race here shortly. All right, Damian Bowers, you were on site at Franklin County, which was having a race this past weekend. I believe Slow Class Nationals was what, Friday night?
Correct. Slow Class Nationals. They just packed the track. They ran a test tube beforehand, but they just packed the track and told everyone you can't run faster than a 5 flat. That was really the only unordinary rule for that track.
Right.
And for that,
Now,
second place.
before we get into that,
okay, go.
Was it a 5.0 index or you couldn't dial quicker than a 5.0?
5.0 and slower.
5.0 and slower dial. Okay, all right. I just want to make that clear so people
there
weren't
was a few people with some wilder cars, George and Kevin Banks running their truck and their Alder that are both capable of 380s and 360s respectively, running at about maybe 8th throttle the whole way down. But runner up is someone I have not heard from in years. Him and his dad just getting back into racing. Those from our area will recognize them for their purple chop top square body Chevy they used to run out of Connorsville, Indiana. Bill Huffman in his old black Ford F-150 runner up to a regular contender at Brookville, Ted Hensley, usually a contender in slow class with his little black short beds with running multi-paddles.
Nice.
And that was all the results from Friday night, really. They were having a truck show up on the hill, so I think some of the spectators from that may have trickled down.
Sure. Okay.
And then going into Saturday, Pee-wees, Miles Powers is your runner-up. And again, a regular for the Pee-wees in the winner circle, Braxton Sackstetter. His dad, Aaron Sackstetter, current mile per hour record for WSDN's mini buggy record.
That is a fantastic racing name. I'm just going to say it.
Juniors, we had Riker Lackey getting the win. Aiden Boyce, second place. Aiden, I believe that is the son of Rebecca Boyce, who, again, regular bracket killer in this area with her black Scrambler. And now she owns Freddie Hugo's old Jeep, which she bought off Nathan Sneed this year.
That'll be a good ride for her.
Oh, yeah. It was a great ride for her last year, getting that 4.0 class points championship in the Outlaw Series.
Yep.
Then we moved to Saturday's night. Slow class. Gentlemen, I don't really know all that well, but Lincoln Litzinger. Oh, wait, no, I do know them. They run a purple step side 4. And they're there for a few years. He was down final 8 every year for the big money bracket race with this old beat up Ford truck, and it runs consistent as hell.
Oh, all right.
And Ted Hensley, again, winning slow class on Saturday as well.
Nice.
And for fast class, Isaac Luke, I'm not sure. New around here, a friend of Austin Bullocks. He works for Austin a little bit on the side. He had just bought a modern Hemi dragster, naturally aspirated, BES built out of a new gen Hemi.
Is that the one that was up at Michigan for the Fallen Legends race?
Yes, that Austin ended up racing. Yes, that is that same dragster.
Yes.
It's like his 4th or 5th time out with the car, and he's in the final round. They're finally getting all the little bugs worked out. They're looking to put some nitrous on this before the end of the year, possibly. Maybe try and get to that 350 class.
Holy
which they're not far off of it because it ran a 363, second round of the fast class. And winner, a regular down here. I know you'll recognize the name because they're the big Ford guys down here. Dave Krager in his Stay Puffed Bronco.
Wow. And they actually, I believe, didn't they buy or acquired Corey Meyer's old orange
Yes,
short box?
his son and his son and his son's girlfriend went up, bought Corey's truck. They are currently working on it. It was supposed to be her truck. Apparently, they couldn't get the seat high enough to where she could see over the dash. So
Oh.
he gave her the old Slimer with a twin turbo big block Ford, 3,600 pound truck with only about 14 pounds of boost. I think they got it into the 390s.
Impressive.
And they are currently working on getting Corey's truck up and running so Dylan can have it out and racing. And
Nice.
before we move on, I'm
Yeah.
going to give a quick shout out to a race in Pennsylvania. I don't have all the results for it. I don't really have any results for it. But Pine Creek Four Wheelers, East Coast Region B, they had a race over this past weekend as well, including their hill climb, which them guys really go after it. I seen the old Super Jeep that used to belong to Mike Ornez with about 4 foot of air under it.
Holy cow. Wow.
And he drove it away.
Good grief. Oh, my word.
But
Yeah,
if I can
that
get
probably
results
stayed
from
wherever it landed, too.
right, if I can get any results from that race, we'll try and fit them in here in the future. Or if anyone with East Coast Region B would like to help us with that in the future, that would be great. So we can spread the love a little bit more to these East Coast tracks.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, hey, guys, thanks for those of you that were on site. We really appreciate it. Great to have the results here. And to all the tracks out there that provide results, we really appreciate that as well. Helps us do our job and do it well. So appreciate that. And that is going to wrap up our current results section of the Paddle Talk podcast. All right, so that is going to wrap up the recap section of the Paddle Talk podcast. So we're going to move right into the previews, and they are brought to you by Silverback Off-Road Rentals. Want to drive yourself on the dunes? Want to take a day trip or just a sunset cruise? Then Silverback Off-Road Rentals is the one place for you to stop. They've got great stuff. Get behind the wheel of a premium off-road vehicle, whether, like I said, you want to do a sunset cruise or a full-on day trip, Silverback Off-Road Rentals is ready to make your trip to the dunes one to remember. Open April through October, they are ready to and willing to serve you and get you out onto the dunes. So give them a shout today or check them out on Facebook. That's Silverback Off-Road Rentals, or just stop by, located right in the heart of Silver Lake. That's Silverback Off-Road Rentals. And now, here is our previews. All right, so welcome back to the Paddle Talk podcast, folks. It's that time where we're moving right into race previews. So we have race previews coming up. Billy, are you going to pull up the Thunder Valley preview? I have the Silverback preview, so we can start with that if you want to pull that up a second. And if anybody else has got anything coming up, I believe John and Dave are going to Lisbon, so you guys have a preview for that. But I'll start with the Silverback Off-Road Raceway preview and, Silverback Off-Road Speedway. And this is the race for all the bananas, also known as the season ender up at Silverback Off-Road Speedway, happening this coming weekend, September 5th, 6th, and possibly 7th if there's a weather delay. Friday night, it's going to look like our usual Friday night. We're going to have an open test and tune. It says from 5 to 8. I think that's a little, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. They have races starting at 8. They have 3 classes. They have the 350 class. They have the open bracket. And then they also have 295 Q qualifier number 1 and qualifier number 2 going off Friday night. Saturday, they have the juniors and peewees along with Pro Comp, Comp, ATV, Pro Comp, Pro Index, Pro Truck, Open Mod, and Top Eliminator eliminations. And this is the final race of the 2025 season for Silverback Off-Road Speedway. It's 1.5 points. So for all of you that are entered in the point series, so that is what's happening. So by the time Saturday night rolls around, Silverback season will, well, point series season will be officially done. So again, this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if they have a weather delay or something happens, on Saturday, but hoping not. So anyway, pretty much regular weekend except for the points and a half and it being the last point series race. So Johnny, anything to add in on that?
Not really.
Okay.
Cool.
That'll work. So
I mean,
all
I'm
right,
not gonna.
so-
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be there, so I didn't really think about it too much. So.
No, that's okay. I was just gonna, if you had any thoughts as far as your point series stuff going on, but that's all right. John, the current pro and sportsman point series leader up at Silverback Offroad Speedway, hoping to hold on to at least one of those for the end of the year. So
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed. So all right, Billy, coming this weekend, coming up, we have what is it? Show Me Fall Nationals. Is that what we've got going on?
That's right. The Thunder Valley Sand Drags, located in Grain Valley, Missouri, has the Show Me Fall Nationals September 5th through 6th. That is this Friday and Saturday. $6,000 added to the top eliminator class. The top eliminator challenge weekend. Shout out to the sponsors that add money to this for the top eliminator class. Chris Miner Racing added $1,000. Acker Machine Shop, John Acker added $1,000. RNS Collision Center, Randy Kimbley added $2,000. Bailey Racing, Russ Bailey added $1,000, and Kabrick Racing, Kevin Kabrick added $1,000 as well. Kevin Kabrick also adding $1,000 to the Pro One Cars class as well. Friday night they're going to start with some test and tune. Word is they're going to do a early bird test and tune on Thursday for people who get there on Thursday. So if you're looking to do some early test and tune, mainly for the people who traveling from out of state. I know we got quite a few of West Coast guys joining us. I know Mark Punos is going to be there. So probably Terry Crawford's probably going to be there as well.
Wait.
Chris,
Mark Punos with or without the wing?
without.
Oh,
took it off.
without the wing. Okay.
Yeah, he
All
took
right.
it off.
Just checking.
So yeah, he said he took his wing off. So he'll probably just be going too fast now and don't know what to do. Friday, like I said, Friday test and tune. They're going to do 2 rounds of qualifying for top eliminator. I don't think there's going to be any top alcohol cars there, but if there is, they'll always run it. It's a $500 entry fee, 100% payback for top alcohol at Thunder Valley races. But, if you get enough of them, it's cool. But the problem is there's not enough. So, but top eliminator is really the focus on this weekend. As I said, 2 qualifying passes on Friday, and then we're doing 50-50 cars and ATVs on Friday night as well. And then Saturday, these gates open at 9 a.m. Saturday, September 6th, gates open at 9 a.m. Pee-wees and juniors start at 10 a.m. Time trials for the adult classes immediately after Pee-wees and juniors. You got Sport ATV, trophy class, open bracket for the ATVs, Pro 2 ATV, 5.0 and slower, full tree, 70% payback, $50 entry fee for Pro 2 ATV. Pro 1 ATV is $100 entry fee, 100% payback for $499 and faster ATVs on the Pro tree. Side-by-side class, $50 entry fee, 70% payback. That's an open bracket class for the side-by-sides. Sport comp, all cars, including side-by-sides, welcome to that class. Trophy class, open bracket, full tree. Pro 2 cars, $100 entry fee, 70% payback, $450 and slower, full tree. And then Pro 1 cars, 100% or $150 entry fee, 100% payback, and that $1,000 added by Kabrick Racing as well. That's $449 and faster with a Pro tree as well. And then, as I said, top eliminator, $295 index, $300 entry fee this weekend, 100% payback, $295 index with the Pro tree, $6,000 added money to that class. So, looking to be a big class. Like I said, we got plenty of them. I have to look at my list of people who are confirmed, but I don't have that right in front of me at the moment. But we have probably, at the moment, we're probably looking at full 16 car fields for sure, but we're probably looking at a little more than that, closer to 20 probably. So, It's gonna be a good time for top eliminator class. I don't know how many we're expecting for Pro 1 cars, nor Pro 1 ATV. Those are always fun classes. I will be racing our bike in Pro 2 ATV on Saturday. I won't be there until Saturday, full disclosure. So don't get on me about not seeing anything on Friday night. But yeah, the racing is going to be exciting at this race. I'm excited to be there. I'm glad Thunder Valley is going to be doing something big like this. I wanted to add that there's only been 3 races in the history of sand drags that have had $10,000 payouts for top eliminator. This is the 3rd one. The first 2 were at Atoka Motorsports Park. One in 2019, and then the other one just this last Memorial Day weekend in May. So kind of cool to see Thunder Valley join that list of 2 tracks now. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be more. I'd like to see more tracks do something like this. But Thunder Valley is a fast track. I've always believed that. It's my home track. You know, I grew up racing there. So I'm excited to see something like this in our own backyard. And it's going to be some great racing as well. Top eliminator is mainly the focus of this weekend. But we're going to go out there. My boy Caden, wherever he went, he's going to run the bike again this weekend. And no mini bike this weekend.
Wait a minute. Caden's racing?
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Sweet.
gonna run the snowmobile bike. And one of the classes, I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We probably won't make it there in time for the kids' classes if they're starting at 10 a.m. So
right.
You got a football
you
game.
You gotta leave when it's dark, man. It's all good.
Say what?
You just gotta leave when it's dark.
No, we got a game. Caden has a football game Saturday morning at 8 a.m.
Oh, yeah, you're doing double duty then. So
yes, so we can't leave until after he takes a shower and eats his protein.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Billy, has he raced? Billy, has he raced before?
Yeah, he used to be a national junior dirt drags record holder with the go-kart, and he used to hold a national junior dirt drags record with junior dragster as well. He's very, very, very he's familiar to racing. It's just his first time driving something with handlebars competitively rather than, well, actually I take that back. He's raced a quad a couple times, but this will be the fastest thing he's ridden by himself for sure.
He'll be hooked and you'll be going racing instead of playing football.
Yeah.
No, he's going to do both.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Billy. It sounds like if you're running top eliminator and you're not west of the Rockies, this is probably where you ought to be this coming weekend.
Oh, there's gonna be a ton of people at this race. There's gonna be people from Texas, Oklahoma, California, Arizona, Nevada, obviously Missouri. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody from Ohio, Indiana, Michigan coming down. I wouldn't be surprised if they did not come down. Hold on. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see them come down. You know, and
only bad thing is how close it is to the Outlaws finale.
When's the Outlaws finale?
That'd be the only reason I would say some of them don't come.
Well, if it's at least 2 weeks away, then I don't see a reason why they wouldn't. So
yeah.
So excellent. No, I like it. That is pretty awesome and very awesome to see the track put that up and go around, get the sponsors, and ought to be a heck of a 295 class. Now, here's my question: 295. Anything that can run 295 or close to it, or cars?
No, they won't let bikes do it. I already tried. Actually, I don't know. I don't think.
I'm just asking.
I might have talked him into it. Usually Jeff is heavily against that stuff. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. Usually we did have somebody inquire about running 2 different cars, and as long as they paid 2 entry fees, then I guess it's okay, which I'm okay with, you know.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Same driver, 2 different cars.
Same driver, 2 different cars, as long as they pay the entry fee twice. Then they got told yes. So that's what the word was.
Well, it better qualify good with both cars.
Right. You should qualify bad with one and really good with the other.
Yeah, you get stuck in the first round
yourself first round. Problem solved.
Yeah. Hire Billy.
Whoa.
There you go. All right. So that's what's going on at Thunder Valley. Now we're going to shift our focus a little more east to Lisbon, Ohio, Northern Ohio at that. And the Southern Power Sports Drag Racing Series, which may seem kind of weird, Northern Ohio, Southern Power Sports. I get it if you're a little confused. It's okay. Trust me, it's going to happen and it's going to work. John and Dave Applegate are headed there for installment number 2 of the Lisbon Experience.
And Caleb.
For you
And
guys.
Caleb
Caleb.
Mings is coming.
That's right. Caleb Mings apparently decided he had too many flyer miles, so he decided he was going to Lisbon as well.
Yeah.
That's a whole other problem. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. All right, so you guys are headed for Lisbon, round number 2 of the Lisbon Experience. What do we got going on this weekend? Southern Power Sports bringing their traveling show to Lisbon.
Yes.
Take it away, Dave.
Well, you're correct. It is round 2 for me and John, but round 1, if you will, for Southern Power Sports. So excited about that. This is their big money bracket race. So we went on in that. So where I have my bracket race on Saturday, we are, just making it one race. You know what I mean? Just one big bracket race. Excuse me. Some things have changed after this past weekend. Good Lord. Whew. Sorry about that. Willard at Newtown got me sick. I'm going to call him and let him know. But, yeah, I think he got a few others sick too, as a matter of fact. But anyways, in the beginning, we had 15,200 to hand out, plus the 1,500 that Tri-County is putting on top of the pot in the big money bracket. Things have changed. We are now $18,200 to hand out this weekend in cash and prizes. Since we did not have 295 at Newtown, our sponsor that covers that came up to me and asked me what we were doing with it. And I said, well, I don't, talked about maybe throwing it in towards Shelton's at the end of the year. And we were sitting in his toter home and he's like, I think we need to move it on to the next race. I said, okay. He goes, that's what we did last year. If something didn't happen, we moved it to the next race. Let's not change it. I said, okay. So that means that nowhere near what Billy's going to have out there. And I'm excited to see who all comes out to that one there at Thunder Valley. But we did move up a bit. We're at 4,600 total cash and prizes to hand out just in the 295 class. So I can't promise you guys this, but the sponsor said in a roundabout way, don't worry about Shelton's. I got it. So he's got some up his sleeve that he's going to do for us. I do not know what it is. All right. So moving on. Friday, we are going to have, we wanted to start earlier. We're not going to be able to. Looks like gates are opening at noon. We're going to start time run or test and tune around 2. Much would have rather had it earlier than that, but that's the best we can do at this point. So we're going to have we're going to have some qualifying runs for 295, side-by-side outlaw, side-by-side pro mod, 4x4 ATV outlaw, 4x4 ATV pro mod. Now I just got word just as we were talking that our good buddy, the bomb Jeff Ross, is on. He is coming. He's like 14 hours away. I believe one of the reasons he's coming because he's seen that the record got broken both these classes here on the 4x4s, and he's coming to back him up. He wants it.
I was just gonna say, I feel like that's probably the reason Jeff's making the trip.
Yes, 100%. So he just, I kid you guys, not been 20 minutes ago. So I will call him later. Then we're going to get into Super Pro and Pro on Friday. Pro 450 and slower bracket, Super Pro 449 and faster. The winner of those race each other for a HPT turbocharger banner, which our own John Sorg won at Silverback. So we'll be doing that Friday, as well as our 4x4 trail and our side-by-side trail. Guys, the 4x4 trail and side-by-side trail, if you're at the track and you are pulling your race car back with a four-wheeler or a side-by-side, that's what this is designed for. Give you guys something to get out and race when you got these cars that are fast that you got to wait for cool down. Come on out, jump in it. It's $10. It's trophies. It's some oil from HPL Superior Lubricants. Come on out. It's fun. John, you jumped in it at Silverback, right?
Yes.
And it was hilarious because these guys were racing each other in these little things, and they're looking at each other like moving their leg and waving at each other. They're not going fast. They're just having fun with it. All right. So it's pretty comical. Then we get, let's move on into Saturday. Pee-wees, junior, seniors. That was what we're going to start out with. I believe that's starting at noon. And then we got one more round of qualifying for our 295, our outlaw guys and our pro mod guys. Oh my goodness, John. Let's go from there. Give me a second.
Whoa.
All
Poor Dave.
I'm back. Sorry, guys. Woo. And then we're going to go 5 side-by-side classes. We got sportsman, or 4. We got sportsman, which is just a bracket for side-by-sides only. Top sportsman, which is a 4.0 index. Side-by-side pro mod, side-by-side outlaw. Then we have our 4x4 ATV pro mod and our 4x4 ATV outlaw. Outlaw is run what you brung. Pro mod is our naturally aspirated. We also have 4.0 index and 350 index. I think we're going to run 350 index on Friday night and 4.0 index on Saturday as an open. So that's kind of where we're at. We got Kellen Mings coming. We got John Sword coming. And guys, one last thing. This will be the 4th year in a row that I've done Team Hunter benefit race. We did it twice at Little Sandy. We did it once last year at Tri-County, and we're doing it again at Tri-County this year. Next year, we're going to take it to Silverback. Hunter Javin is a young man that's going to need a heart transplant at some point. And we raised some money for him. Oh, shoot, 2021, I guess it was. And the next year, we was going to do it again. And the family, the Hunter Javin family said, hey, look, we're good for right now. We want to pass it on. We want to move it along. So we did that. They're still good this year. So there has been someone chosen at Tri-County four-wheelers. I can't say their name because it's going to be a surprise for this person. But just so that you know, there is a company, DTC, in Kentucky that has these made. So this is your first place trophy for Team Hunter.
That's cool.
That is
It's
sweet.
It's a heart-shaped laser cut, and then the second place, of course, is smaller. So we've got Team Hunter benefit race, Tri-County four-wheelers, SPDRS first place 2025. Now, what's going to happen here is 80% off the big money bracket race. You know, they're paying 80%. It's $100 to get in. So what they're doing is $5 of the 20 that goes back to the track is going to the benefit. Okay. Then they're going to do we're going to do a 50-50 drawing, you know, split the pot. So hoping to raise some money I can tell you this, it is a male that's getting it. I'll tell you that. So hopefully this man will receive a good amount of money to help him. He is definitely in need. And I've been asked, Tri-County wants to announce that one, not me. So that's what we got. Very interested in this track or in this race. I think it's going to be huge. We've got, I don't know. I think this one's going to be possibly the biggest one of the year for me. I really do.
Awesome.
So that's what we got, but that's it. Let's move along. Thank you, fellas.
Woo! I love it, man.
Hope it's a good one.
Great job, and great job bringing that series to a great track, and hopefully it is a big weekend down there. So, all right. Anyone else? Upcoming events for this coming weekend? Going once? Going twice? All right. So that is going to wrap up upcoming events here on the World Sand Drag News Paddle Talk podcast. And we are going to jump right to news you can use, where we all pick a news article from this past week and jump on it for a second.
Segment of the Paddle Talk podcast. We'll go into the news in just a second, but before we do that, we are going to give a shout out to racinginthedirt.com. Whether you're looking for a full bill, turnkey, ready race, or simply a cage in your existing ride, maybe a chassis in your foundation of your newest race vehicle, Racing in the Dirt LLC offers it all. That's talking about the Racing in the Dirt chassis, by the way. You also look at them for tires and wheels, make tires in-house for that perfect grip that you need on sand or dirt, no matter what you're racing on. Plenty of products, hub kits, suspension parts, air filters, knuckles, limiter straps, parachute setups. They got a bunch, everything you might need to compete at your very best off-road. They can do that. That is Racing in the Dirt. Check out their website, racinginthedirt.com. Check out their social medias on Instagram and Facebook. You can give them a call at 920-693-2000. That is 920-693-2000. Scott and Shane know exactly what they're doing. With over 40 years of motorsports competition experience, they know what it takes to maintain that competitive edge, and they're equipped to keep you there. So racinginthedirt.com. That is racinginthedirt.com. Also, shout out to 31 Go Life. That is 31 Go Life. Subscribe to the channel to join Doug Vinlett and his family on the road as they go trucking, racing, and take on all kinds of adventures together. 31 Go Life. That's Doug Vinlett, the Mean One Racing out of the state of Michigan, as they document all their adventures and road trips together, going from race to race, whether they're working or racing. You can follow their adventures at 31 Go Life YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, set those notifications up. That's 31 Go Life on YouTube. And now here's the news segment to wrap up the show.
Raise your hand if you have something you want to talk about.
I got something in just a minute, but
all right, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm going to go right to U.S. Nationals, Indianapolis, Indiana.
You stole mine.
And I'm going to back up to Thursday and the heavy shootout where Jason Line and his second place competitor were both DQ'd over rules infractions, and NHRA decided to take the money from first and second and split it amongst the other 14 guys. So if you even qualified for the field, you ended up getting some money back courtesy of that. Now, I was told, and what I read on Competition Plus, that Jason Line was DQ'd for a carburetor venturi that was 0.08 of an inch too large. That is huge. Well, it's not huge. It's tiny, but it's huge that they made the call and they did not let that go in a class that was not one of the premier classes, let's face it, even though it's very well attended. And his competitor had a casting flaw possibly in one of the cylinder heads that did not present a performance advantage. However, NHRA ruled it was not to cast as such, and therefore also eliminated him. So first and second place going down in failing post-race inspection. How do you like that? Has anybody even heard of that before? I mean, seriously.
I have never heard of a double rule infraction like that.
Me either, man.
And that was for first and second place?
That's right.
They took the money and split it between the 14 other people in the class?
Correct. Yes.
How much money was it?
I'm looking it up right now. So give me a little bit while we talk about something else, and I'll see what I can come up with.
Oh, regardless, that's just crazy. Although you did take my topic, I was going to bring up the U.S. Nationals because.
Well, how about our guy Gage Herrera?
Yeah, I was going to say Gage Herrera getting the win in Pro Stock Bike was cool. Erica Enders getting the win in Pro Stock. Austin Prague getting the win in Funny Car, and Justin Ashley getting the win in Top Fuel.
What about Brittany Force going 343?
343.51. That is new fastest mile per hour ever in NHRA history. Insane, absolutely nuts. And this race always does this thing where like people win that you don't think is exactly going to win, and it's like, why even qualify? Because like sometimes it's just like the dark horse that comes out of nowhere. Except for Erica Enders, she was kind of a heavy hitter, and Gage Herrera, who's the number one qualifier. But like the top fuel class,
season-wise, Eric struggled.
Come down to the 10 qualifier and 12 qualifier was pretty crazy.
Well, how about Funny Car coming down to a pair of John Force cars, the John Force tribute car driven by Jack Beckman versus the points leader Austin Prock.
Yeah, that was.
Thanks, Isaac. I was going to watch that in a little bit.
You know, I feel like this is not my fault. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. Jimmy Daniels was the other final rounder in the Hemi, the Sox and Martin Hemi Challenge shootout. That runner-up to Jason Line ended up with the rules infraction and lost all the money. So I have not found a full 16-car field yet, but regardless, I can't think it was like $2. You know what I'm saying?
Fun fact: Austin Prock won $330,000 for winning today.
Yeah. So
How
And
much?
that's
I feel like-
including the 80,000 from yesterday.
That could
Those
be.
two win.
Hey, but seriously though, who's got a better name for their drag car than Jason Line, the Tukey Hess painted fish stick Barracuda? I mean, come on, man, that is awesome.
The fish stick Barracuda?
It's called fish stick, yes.
They getting that kind of from like the old nitro fish.
I'm sure it is. And by the way, the paintwork and the gold leaf on that car is absolutely phenomenal. I heard someplace that Tukey Hess, who happens to be Bucky Hess's son, who is a big Hemi guy out of, I think, Pennsylvania or something, but Tukey Hess is his own deal. He's a painter, sponsored by House of Color and stuff. I heard he had close to 1,000 hours in the paintwork on that thing. I can't even imagine what 1,000 hours of paintwork looks like, but apparently it looks like that.
Looks
Now,
like he didn't hit the wall.
Right?
My buddy Steve Hacker was telling me he was watching it this weekend, and not a big fan of Super Comp and Super Gas. I don't know many people that are, but he said that there was a car in
I'm the
Super
biggest
Gas.
fan of Super Comp and Super Gas. Actually, I'm offended.
Yeah, Super Gas. He said there was a car in Super Gas, it's 990 or whatnot. He said no throttle stop, no nothing, 4-speed car, and put a few of them on a trailer with old
Love
school stuff.
Love it.
And Steven told me the name, and I forget who it was, but he said he was so excited watching that guy because most of you guys know that Steven's building a 5-speed car right now. And he says, man, that old guy was just tearing them up. Said you can hear him at the end, just whoop, whoop, at the very end of it, where those other guys are hitting their throttle stops and tearing the damn track up. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that throttle stop stuff, but yeah, that's the cool thing that I heard about NASCAR or NHRA this weekend from Steven.
now, as being there, I will have to say I saw one of the best drag racing saves when Justin Schreifer swapped
Yep.
lanes right in front of Laughlin. Laughlin saw it coming, and this would eventually, because he was on a really good pass to the 8th when he grabbed the brakes, and in the final session was unable to make the show.
Oof. Ooh.
After dodging, just driving right up under the rear of another funny car. Like Justin Schreifer's parachutes were on the injector hat of Alex Laughlin's funny car.
Yeah. Speaking of Alex Laughlin, shout out Nick Janik, former sand racer, getting around Alex Laughlin first round of NHRA Pro Mod this weekend at the
Right.
US. That was a tough 16-car field. I believe they had 20 cars trying to qualify for Pro Mod, and Nick not only made it in the field, I think for surely got past round 1. Not sure what happened after that, but that's impressive.
Right. I believe they made it at least to round 2. I could be wrong. Or no, I know that they made the field. I don't know if they made it through to round 2 or not.
Yes, because they beat Laughlin in the first round of Pro Mod.
Okay. I know Taylor Januit made it out of the first round of Top Alcohol, but with a popped blower, it made it right at about 1,000 feet. The blower let go.
Yeah, they said that they were thrashing on that car trying to get a new bullet ready together, and I did not hear if they did or not.
They made it to the line, but judging from the numbers I seen, just looking it up, it laid over to at half track because she was faster to the 60-foot, and then was down about 20 mile an hour at the 8th and the finish.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So enough U.S. Nationals talk. Anything else, Dave, Johnny? Besides the fact you guys are getting ready to leave for, by the time this would be airing, you guys will already probably have left
Right.
for Lisbon at that point. But anything else from this past weekend that you had?
Yeah. Yeah, I got one on my way home. Did anybody see that? No? On the way
Oh, yeah.
home, truck starts rocking and bucking, and I'm like, what in the world? Does it again, and then just boom, done. Barely got it off the expressway. Thank goodness. All the way from Virginia, made it to the exit where, where I live off of. It's either lost a lift pump or an injection pump. I don't know which yet.
Uh,
So I had to have my buddy come get me. He hooked up chain. We pulled it. I mean, where I worked was directly across the expressway or right across the exit. So we got it over there. And but the worst part is where I was at, it's very narrow on this part of the expressway. So I had to ride the shoulder, flat tires on the trailer. Like it's just like, yeah. And so now I'm in a pickle because I do not have a truck to get to Lisbon right now. So my buddy Austin Hall calls up, tells me he's got to fly to I think Cleveland or Maryland or something. I don't know. He's going somewhere for work. Instead of flying out of Savannah, I think he's coming here to Columbia. He's bringing his truck and his Can-Am, and we're going to put his Can-Am, my Can-Am, the golf cart and stuff in my new trailer. I'm going to use his truck because David Carter, his uncle, who drove mine this weekend, is also going to fly to Lisbon to drive my car and his car together. It's confusing as hell, but we will be there. So we're going. We've got 2 guys that are flying in. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. Got some guys helping me out.
Great.
I love
Got
it.
them. Thank
I
you.
love it.
Absolutely. So, all right. So that is going to wrap up the 88th episode of the Paddle Talk podcast. Great to have you along, folks. Remember, we are out on Facebook once per month, out on YouTube multiple times per month. Shout out. Thanks again to our sponsors, our friends over in Wisconsin, Racing in the Dirt, 3-1 Go Life, Doug and Esther Vinlett and all their travels, trucking, racing, you name it. Check them out on YouTube as well. Silverback Offroad Rentals wrapping up the season. Not too early to inquire about next season, though. And Silverback Off-Road Speedway. Just a couple times to experience sand drag racing at its finest here in Michigan. Silverback Off-Road Speedway is where you want to be. For myself, Dave Applegate, John Soar, Damian Bowers, and the man behind the keys, Billy Teeters. So long, folks.